Welcome back to the Join FDNY Podcast. My name is Captain Randy Lee, and introducing segment number 1, where we spoke to the father-son team of Ulysses and Justin Pena. Ulysses has been on the job for quite a while, and his son has just recently joined the fireside. He originally came in as an EMT, now as a firefighter, and they both work in Division 7. So it's a really cool segment, and here it is. Today we are joined by Justin Pena and Ulysses Pena, both firefighters here at the FDNY. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
As always, we like a little bit of an introduction. So if you could just state what station you work at, what borough it's in, how long you've been on the job, all that stuff. So,
I'm firefighter Justin Pena. I've got about 7 months on the job now. I worked EMS for 4.5 years. I work at 59 Truck in the Bronx, and prior I worked at Station 20 in the Bronx as well.
Sir?
Firefighter Ulysses Pena. I'm in Engine 9-3, currently driving the 1-3 Battalion. I've been on for 26 years.
And father-son, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So how does that feel to have your son following in your footsteps, doing this job?
I am very honored, very proud. You know, this is the best job in the world. And I'm glad that he found the same liking and that, you know, that he's enjoying the same kind of brotherhood and family life that we have here at the FDNY.
How does it feel for you to continue the legacy of your father?
I'm very proud to be here. You know, I grew up around the firehouse a lot. I would go as a kid, and just going and being able to do this job every day, it's an honor.
So I'd imagine growing up, you always took him around talking FDNY stuff to him and all that.
Oh, well, you got the company picnic,
Yeah.
You got the Christmas party, you got all the events. I even used to bring them on funerals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So now that you're on the job and you've been doing this for a little while, does it kind of change your perspective on some of the stuff he used to show you when you were younger?
Yes, things kind of click now.
Yeah.
So just the way he would explain things like lessons, they're all firehouse lessons, like things
Sure.
that we go through on a daily basis in there. He's been hammering me my whole life, and it's all things that go on in the firehouse.
It's like his chores, like he was a probie, right?
He's a pro. To me, he's my probie.
Yeah. Forever a probie for him.
Yes.
And since you're both in Division 7, right? So that
Yes.
covers what, South Bronx, North Manhattan kind of area?
It will be like the Washington Heights area,
Sure.
so University Heights. So
Okay.
he will be in 59 Truck, and I'm in Washington Heights. So we do run in together.
Okay.
So like, you know, whenever they might come in second due to Inwood or the Heights, and you know, guys will always be taunting who's on the writing list, and
Yeah.
whenever he's working, you know, it's like, oh, my daddy's working. So, you know.
Yeah, they're kind of ruthless like that sometimes, right? Being that Hispanic Heritage Month is coming up, and you've been on for quite a while, do you notice a big difference in the Hispanic population of our job from when you first got on?
Yes, a lot. And I want to say that the department has done a great job with diversity. There's a lot more Hispanic. In my battalion, I'm in the 1-3 battalion. My firehouse has a lot more, you know, Latinos, you know, working than when I first got on.
And you don't even notice the difference, I imagine, because you're just getting on now, so you just see like the smorgasbord of people and everything,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty diverse.
Yeah.
I go to work, you see all kinds of different people, and
Right.
it's cool to see people like you. So
And I guess you kind of helped this along. You're part of the Hispanic Society, correct?
Yes, I am the treasurer for the Hispanic Society, but, you know, even before I got on the job, you know, the Hispanic Society played a role in my getting on, because back then they had training at Stevenson High School where, you know, they'll bring, you know, potential candidates to, you know, put the ladder up,
Yep.
the hose, the mask. Like, I wouldn't know what a mask was, you know. Back then, I had no idea, you know, what it was to be a firefighter. And actually, I was a lifeguard at Orchard Beach, and we had a firefighter who was also a lifeguard, a firefighter. He's the one that said, fill out this application.
Right.
And then go to Stevenson High School for training, but I had no clue other than that.
Right. So also, since I know it's around Hispanic Heritage Month, you guys also throw your annual dinner around this time, right?
Right, so that's coming up on Friday the 13th.
Nice.
And I like to sell our party as the best party in town. You know,
Yep.
we dance, you know, we mingle. It's a great time. And we always have we sell out. It's just that popular.
Where are we doing it this year?
It's going to be a Marina del Rey. We outgrew our previous place that we were at, so we're hoping that, with a nicer view of Marina del Rey and the bigger space that, we can pack it in again the same way.
That's a good party for sure.
Yes.
And you're part of the baseball team, right?
Yes.
You guys just recently played at Citi Field against NYPD.
Yes.
How'd we do?
We won this year.
Yes. Very good.
So, yeah, we always strive to beat them every year.
Of course. We love PD, but we like beating them in baseball.
Oh, we love
Simple
it.
as that. Right. It's easy.
It's a great time too.
Yeah.
It's a good turnout. It's good. It's good. It's a cool camaraderie between PD and us.
Yeah, definitely. I think we had singers there singing the national anthem too, right?
Yes, they were there.
Right. That's cool. I gotta check it out next year. I missed the game this year, unfortunately. But we're ready for next year. We're going to beat them again next year?
Oh, of course.
Yes. Awesome. But that's all the time we have. I want to thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it.
And thank you for having us.
And hopefully we'll have you on again soon. All right?
Thank you.
All right. Take
Bye.
care. And we're back. Get to see my face again. It was a really cool story listening to a father and son team. Just that family dynamic. The FDNY is generally family-oriented. We have a lot of legacies, people who've been on the job, family members all across the board, and it's really nice to see a father-son team come together like that. Our next segment is going to show EMS Recruitment Director Brandon Mahone as he explains the rundown of the filing period, all the stuff you need to do to make sure that you can come on this job as EMS. Today I'm joined by
Brandon Mahone.
Brandon and I have known each other a really long time,
Yes.
but our viewers don't. So give them a rundown.
So thank you. I've been with the department since 1994. I was an EMT in the field for 21 years. And about 2015, I became a civilian director of youth workforce development. And in 2018, I became the director of EMS recruitment.
Right.
So it's been a nice ride. Let
Yeah.
me just say that. Yes.
And being that you work in recruitment right now, I'm sure you're getting a lot of questions in regards to 2023 filing period.
Yes, we are. And it's great to know that the filing period is coming up now. A lot of people have been submitting their expression of interest forms over the last year. We've had over 12,000 plus people interested in a career with FDNY EMS. And so right now we're reaching out to them.
When should people really be diving in and start applying? It should be just now as soon as possible? Or
Now.
Yeah.
The filing period will open up and you should start immediately. Don't wait until the end of the filing period.
Right.
There's a specific amount of time that DCAS opens a filing period for, and you're going to need to get in and do it before it closes.
And I know that, like, when I used to work at the academy, I used to speak to the new recruits when they came in. They always said, like, some of them delayed their application just because they didn't know what to file for, like how to file for it and everything. But this is where your
Yes.
group comes in, right?
This is where we come in.
Yeah.
We're offering that filing assistance at several filing sites now around New York City. Aside from here at FDNY HQ, we'll be in Queens at the Queens Educational Opportunity Center, also the one in the Bronx over on Bathgate Avenue, and also in Manhattan on 125th Street, the state office building. So we'll be there during those filing periods offering assistance.
Right.
There are specific things that are necessary to file for EMT. It's a specific title, and you have to have a New York State EMT certification, a valid one. You have to have a high school diploma, a GED, or foreign educational equivalent. You also must be 18 as an EMT in order to file.
Right.
When it comes to EMS trainee, however, it's a little different. 17 and a half is the age by the end of the filing period. You still must have a high school diploma, GED, or foreign educational equivalent. And by the way, that educational equivalent, if you're educated high school outside of the United States, you will have to do a foreign education evaluation. That information is available on DCAS's website as well. We will have that on site for you.
Great.
In addition to that, for trainees, it's 6 months of full-time paid work experience, right? In any field. It doesn't have to be in a medical field.
Right.
Wherever you worked, we'll equate whatever part-time time you may have had to see if you meet the requirement for full-time. Also, you can have 15 college credits from an accredited college or university. So either or, and finally, active duty military, U.S., with an honorable discharge. Any of those things in addition to the high school diploma and the age will make you eligible for EMS trainee.
Yeah, it's a lot, right? So you want to make sure you're filing correctly so you can get on this job.
Yes.
And, so aside from helping them file, are there any other resources that you guys are deploying out for them?
Yes. So it starts with the filing.
Sure.
So we got to make sure they get that right? So we want to make sure you come in, you get it's there, it's free. So come on down.
Right.
Get it done right, so that then we can start moving you to other phases of what we offer. As far as attrition mitigation programming, number one is the physical ability test preparation program. And I'm gonna say it again, physical ability test preparation program. It's gonna undergo some changes as we look to alter the physical ability test.
Right.
More importantly, candidates need to know now, the applicants and candidates, that getting in physical shape for this is something you don't wait to
Right.
do until you get a notice. You start doing that now. Lifestyle changes take time.
Sure.
It's not going to happen from the time you get that notice to come for your PAT to then in 2 weeks you're going to be ready. So if you're not already working out, I often use the joke, if the last time you saw a gym was when it was attached to Nasium at your high school, there's definitely time for you now to get to start working out.
Right.
Yep.
All right, cool. So help them with their application, giving a rundown on the physical.
Yes.
What else do you got for
So-
the candidates? What final words do we have here to get them in the show?
I would say discipline.
Yeah.
Let that be your bridge from what you're dreaming until your success story. Make sure that whatever you're starting to do for this job, you're putting your all in, your best effort, because there are going to be a lot of folks that are filing this time around for it, right? It's a great job, and I think you know it. I've known it. A lot of folks know it is a great job. While it has its ups and downs, when you start at the academy, it can be a little rough.
Yeah.
You know, it's a culture shock for a lot of folks. It's a military-driven environment, military-like driven environment. Standing at attention, making sure you're making way for those officers and other staff members, things like that. It takes time. So be patient with yourself in making that change that you're going to need to make. One of the big things is when we get folks that don't complete the academy.
Yep.
And it's important that they understand the amount of change that's going to be necessary to get through the academy. Right. Most folks, it's 8 to 9 weeks before they fully adapt to the new lifestyle that they have to undertake. And we're talking everything from the way you eat to when you sleep, because you have to create that study time.
Sure.
And if you don't create that study time, you're going to be off. So from me to you, work hard. Don't let anything or anyone stand in your way from this career. It can be a great career if you make it that. You're going to have to give it more than you think. A lot of folks believe they can just come in and I'm going to be fine. I made it through my physical, I made it through my medical, I made it through my background, and I'm good. No, and then they meet that wall at the academy. So my suggestion is take advantage of all the programming that we have. It's all free. Right. And make sure that you are ready to really work and give it your best.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully these candidates will be calling you, dropping lines in, and talking to your staff so they can get their best shot about coming onto this job.
Yes.
Always a pleasure seeing you, brother.
You too. Take
We'll
care.
talk soon.
All right.
As Brandon said, it's always really, really important to maintain your physicality when you're coming onto this job here at the FDNY. Whether it's EMS or fire services, it's important to always be physically fit. This lines into, just in case you missed it, we were speaking with Tyron Torres, who is a previous firefighter fitness award winner, and he's going to explain basically all the steps it took for him to get to that point.
For myself, I would say just focusing on one thing, like I want to say mass more, like I would want push-ups, pull-ups, dips, really no jogging, I didn't have no set. It was just, I'd go till I feel like it. I didn't really push myself. And with the fitness awareness program, they force you to push yourself. It's like, no, you're not done yet. You gotta go again. You're not done. So yeah, that's a major push, and it's a major help. We did a routine where we jogged for a minute, and then we had to run full speed for 30 seconds, and we did that for like 20 minutes. And they was like, this is just a taste. This is just the beginning. Like, when you get to Proby school, it's gonna be way longer than this. And I was like, oh, I gotta change up. So I came to more of the fitness awareness programs, and every time I took something with me, and I made sure I did that moving forward, and it made Proby school much easier, and it still wasn't easy. In the house, they're very big on drilling and working out. Okay. So they got a thing on the board where they go through a program. I guess like one of the chiefs made it before he left, and they still go with that program. They had me doing that too, and it's like, it's the same thing. It's like, wow, I gotta revalue myself and switch it up. So they keep me going. They keep me motivated over there. I would say the key is definitely make the fitness awareness program so you could get a look into what you're going to go through in Proby school, because it's a difference from the workout that normal people normally do. It's a whole difference. And you could work out, but if you don't work out in a certain way, it won't benefit you.
And that does it for this segment of the Join FDNY podcast. For more information in regards to joining the FDNY, please go to our social media at Join FDNY on Instagram or wherever you look for your social media content.